What's going on, guys? It is Nikolai Gamer, and today for you guys I'm here with another video to kind of brighten up the quarantine. So essentially what I have for you guys today is just this small quarantine Q&A, which is also going to end up mixing in with the spring Q&A, as it is now springtime. Originally I wasn't going to do that, but I didn't really see a point in putting out a question outlet, for this quarantine Q&A, and then another question outlet that'll go out in like April, so it'll have been a month. Like, okay, people don't have any more questions for me, so it's like whatever. However, on my computer here, I've compiled all the questions that people have asked me. I used it through Instagram as well as through Google form that I put out. So I have questions from both ends. Some people answered like one on the Google form and one on Instagram. So we'll just kind of be reiterating it as we go. However, let's just get into it. So Emily M asks, what's your favorite Pokemon movie and why? It's going to end up changing because there are so many that I haven't seen that I still need to see. I believe through my room tour actually showed, hold on one second actually, no, let me just scurry over here and grab my whole collection of filmography. I have the first movie, which they remade on Netflix, and I watched it and I cried. They have 2000 on the Pokemon TV app. If you guys like that movie, you guys gotta watch it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Pokemon 2000. I just have heard so many good things and never found a way to get a hold of it through legal means. I've looked at these websites, but they're not licensed by the Pokemon Company, and I'm trying not to get like these spam whatever added to my phone. That's the only reason why, otherwise I'd be all over it. I have Pokemon 3. This is probably one of my favorites just because I have many amazing memories of watching this movie, so holds very dear to my heart. I have this 4-movie collection that comes with Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon Forever, Destiny Deoxys, and Jirachi Wishmaker. These two I really do enjoy. These two, I have to watch this one. I have not watched this one, and I haven't watched this one and like comprehended everything. I know generally what happens, but I need to like rewatch it to get a better idea of what's going on. Let's see what else. Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I rewatched this the other day for the first time in like a couple years. Again, made me tear up, very nostalgic. And again, one of my favorites. The best part is at the very back. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's backwards, but they spelled Pikachu as Pikachu. So if you guys want, flip the camera. I'm not doing it myself because I'm used to the camera being this way in videos. I'm not flipping it, but it says Pikachu. And whoever made this DVD needed to be fired from Nintendo. I have Giratina and the Sky Warrior. I, again, haven't like watched this and comprehended what was going on. So I need to like rewatch this one. So that's that, whatever. I have a 4-movie collection. It has The Rise of Darkrai, again, Giratina and the Sky Warrior, but who cares? Arceus and the Jewel of Life, and Zoroark Master of Illusions. So this one is something that I have to get into watching 3 out of the 4 of these. So hopefully I can get to that at some point. I have Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. This one, a lot of people hated on the Gen 6 movies. I actually really liked this movie. This was very cute. It was very nostalgic for me. I'm gonna rewatch this at some point to kind of get back into the feel of things. I have Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. This was the new one with like the big old war with all the legendaries. I thought this was super cool. I personally thought it was like really cool having all of the legendaries against each other. I thought this movie was really good, and it did have some little bits here and there that were just kind of like, yeah, go on. But for the most part, this movie was pretty good and I enjoyed it. And then for Christmas, I just got this one. The Pokemon I Choose You, the remake of like the original, or at least I thought it was going to be a remake of the original, and then I found out it wasn't. It was a way to put Mars Shadow in, so it wasn't a retelling of the story, it was an alternate telling of the story. So I personally kind of stopped watching it because it didn't really appeal to me that it wasn't like a recap of the Indigo League. I thought that was what it was going to be. I didn't watch all of the trailers for it, so I didn't know like that it was a Mars Shadow film. I thought it was just going to be a remake. But that's that. That's cute. So I have all of those movies. Right now, my favorite would probably be the Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. That's personally just the one I watched a lot as a kid, so that's where I'm at. But yeah, that's my film collection right there of Pokemon. Connor M asks, when will you play something people want? I right now am just kind of trying to expand as much as I can. There are certain games that I know I really don't want to play, and then other ones that I'm, mildly interested in playing, and then others that like I want to play, but a lot of them are games that I've played before. Right now, what I'm looking at is once I finish the games that I'm doing right now, so Super Mario 64, Earthbound, which we're almost done with Earthbound, the Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke, the what else? I think that's is that it? I think that's it. But once we're done with the major playthroughs we're doing right now, I'm going to do a playthrough of the entire Kingdom Hearts series, because I have a lot of friends that I've been wanting to get into the game, so I'm going to record the series on my channel just for them, and then any others who want a walkthrough of the game. However, I'm going to be like playing the games on beginner, because I wanted to get through everything quickly and just play it specifically for the story for everyone. So, and I'm gonna reiterate that once I actually start doing it. But that's that. I'm hoping that it works out. I'm hoping that it's not necessarily something that's gonna take off, but just something that will help me so that I can nerd out with more people who can watch my video and be like, oh my god, Kingdom Hearts, and it's just all I want. And then after that, I'm going to start opening up to more suggestions from different people, but right now, with my limited resources, it's kind of hard for me to play games on different platforms, but that's pretty much it for me. Benson asks, what playthrough are you most proud of and why? And then Maddie H also asks, what's your favorite game you've covered? So it's pretty much the same thing. Right now, I'm super proud of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC playthrough, and we're still not done. We still have to finish Limit Cut and then the secret episode. So I'm proud of that simply because I tried so hard to find a way to get the Xbox to record, and I found an Xbox streaming thing. It was official from Microsoft. I'm streaming on my phone and I screen record it. It's not the best thing on earth. The quality is crap, I'm sure, to all of you, but I'm still proud of it because this light, I'm like trying to put my head in front of it. I might see if the hood helps. But I'm trying really, really hard to continue doing that, and I'm just really proud of where it's been able to go. Aside from that one, I'd probably say Fire Red is still something that I look back on with, happy thoughts. It's probably something that will always be in my heart because it's what started off the channel, and it's kind of what got me in the zone of being able to record in front of everyone. And even now it's still sort of like weird doing it, but it's less awkward than it was when I first started. So Kaylin asks, ketchup or mustard? I'm more of a ketchup person, but I will not eat something that already has mustard on it. And then she also asked, are bees yellow with black stripes or black with yellow stripes? Now, I think they're yellow with black stripes. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know how you would judge it, but I just feel like that's yellow with black stripes seems to be more of the vibe. Tay asks, do you think we all have a WoW version of ourselves? like Mario and Wario and Luigi and Waluigi. Excuse me, God. That'd be kind of weird to have Winnicholas be a thing. Or Wickolas, which I don't know. I don't know how that came to your head, to be honest. It's kind of weird. But I guess you could say that the WA version of yourself is anytime you don't follow your conscience. Wise words from our hero. And then he also asked, cats or dogs, and why? Now, I believe I answered this in the last Q&A, but I say dogs just because they're, I don't know. I feel like dogs are easier to try and get to know and, you know, start enjoying and becoming friends with dogs. It's just an easier thing, I think anyway, versus cats. Cats are very, very unbothered, and it's like if you want affection from the cat might not want affection from you, and then cats can get vicious at some point. Like, it's just, cats are not fun all the time versus dogs can be fun all the time, so. Alberto Medina asks, is coloring a Wonder Woman coloring book weird or awesome? Well, I think right now, if we're in some quarantine, pop off, do whatever you want. And even so, like, there were times where people would shame coloring books, and I was still using them. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's helping you occupy your time, do it. Genghis Khan, even though I know who it is, but he put his name in as Genghis Khan, asks, what type of razor do you use to shave? I don't know. It's kind of ironic because I have not shaved, but I don't know. Hold on. I use Extreme brand razors. Essentially, it makes my face smooth. It gets the job done. I shave. Alexis asks, who's your best friend and favorite memory with your best friend? Now, I already answered this in the last friggin' Q&A, almost like quarantine. Yeah, last quarantine. 7 years ago. But no. The friggin' bird noises, homie. Those bird noises be popping off. And yes, you are my best friend. Favorite musical. That's a toughie because I've been bouncing between different ones. I listened to Jekyll and Hyde for the first time and watched a bootleg, I've started watching the bootleg anyway. And I'm starting to get into that one. The music's pretty good in that one. But I also have been a huge fan of Newsies. And I'm also a huge fan of The Sound of Music. So I have basically just been bouncing between all of those. So between Jekyll and Hyde, Sound of Music, and Newsies, those are probably my favorites there. And then Dreamroll is Jack Kelly from Newsies. I've always wanted to play that role. I think it's a role that's, something that I don't usually play. For those of you that don't know, I do theater, and a lot of roles that I've been playing have been in case you're wondering what I'm fidgeting with, it's a Uncle Sam rubber duck. Duckle Sam, I don't know. But, I usually play the more playful kind of character, and Jack's more rough and tough kind of character. So, he's a dream role, because it's going to be something that's kind of outside of what I'm used to. But also, just, I love the songs that he sings. You know? Popping off with that Santa Fe, and that Seize the Day, and that... Nothing rhymes with that. And last but not least, Tara the Trash Can asks, is water wet? Well, water, when you come in contact with water, it causes you to get wet. However, water itself is not wet. If you pour water on something, it gets it wet because that's what contact does. But on its own, water cannot be considered wet. because no physical change, if you add water to water, there is no physical change in the way water looks, versus when you pour water on something, it dampens, and you see there's a physical change in it that causes it to dampen. That is what makes it wet. And there you have it, guys. That's the quarantine Q&A for this quarantine we are currently in. The coronavirus is really doing some crazy damage, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I just kind of like neglected to watch the news because it's just annoying to see COVID-19 everything everywhere. So my history teacher was like, or no, she was like asking if I was gonna make a YouTube video about it because she knows I have a channel, and I went, can I get extra credit for it? And she said, sure, and I went, perfect. So I decided I'm gonna make a video for quarantine. Not that I'm not doing my classwork, I'm trying my best here, man. But right now, what we're basically doing is we are chilling like a villain with that quarantine Q&A. What am I saying? Just what am I saying? I really don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I also did something like this on my podcast, the Coffee House Podcast. If you guys want to check that out, the link for that video will be in the description. But we did a sort of Q&A with the same Google form. I put the Google form all over my social media and seeing if people wanted to do it, but that's a whole other story. However, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like, as I did try my best to try and make this video a little bit more entertaining and appetizing than it has been in the past. The Q&As usually were lackluster, and I was kind of weird. Hindsight, or I was... What is English? Whew. I was proud of last Q&A. Why do I keep trying to say quarantine? I was proud of last Q&A because it was just a little bit more natural. Everything came out a bit more naturally. This one, I mean, it's still sort of coming out naturally, but at the same time, does seem kind of off, not gonna lie. So, hopefully I use this in the future to, now I'm playing with coins. Why am I playing with stuff? Hopefully in the straight jacket. Hopefully in the future, I can use these to kind of learn more and more, and, you know, the next Q&A is going to be in next fall, so perfect. However, I'm still going to be watching the old ones to just kind of see what did I do right, what did I do wrong, whatever. However, nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching again. If you enjoyed, I'm not forcing you to, but leaving a like does let me know if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.